Hi guys, welcome to the system. It's my ArcoLinux ISO builder, and on our website shortly, right, a release time in 2-3 days, you'll find that there is a new version online. And I've already put the most important things in YouTube here on here. ArcoLinux project explained, maybe give another perspective why these days I find myself to be on EndeavourOS or Garuda or Kali or LCI or Riser or ArcoLinux, right? So the topic will be in this video the release of 2022.06, so June. In 2-3 days they'll be online. They're now currently on AAG, so you test them. In the meantime, you can already download them. But this is the video, what is new. Every month we make 2 videos. How to stay rolling. Lots of knowledge comes out of there. Mainly it is sudo pacman -s ArcoLinux -keyring, right? That's the thing. They all struggle with the keys. And it will be until ArcoLinux dies, right? It is always keys. Now, topic of this video is this article. We go over it, and sometimes we'll go to have a look at some files or pictures or something like that. The last 2 months, I must say, we have been focusing on this. After creating ArcoLinux ALCI, a Riser, Kali, I came to the conclusion that all of it, it's all ArcoLinux. And sometimes people think in boxes, and that's not a good thing, right? It's actually also all Linux. Often my solutions that I find are coming from Ubuntu Forum or from Gentoo Forum or anywhere, because I type general words, technical words, and I end up reading stuff and I say, oh, I know how this will work on Arch now, right? So it is important to get rid of that restriction. Don't restrict yourself to, hey, I've seen something working on Red Hat or whatever, or SUSE. There might be a way to make it work on Arch, and vice versa. So we will see me work on 7 items, 7 ISOs, 7 distros. ArcoLinux, of course. The ArcoLinux, yeah, of course again. Kali is an ISO that we've created to show you how it is done to build an ISO from A to Z. We'll test our, and now it comes, right, our ArcoLinux tweak tool and our ArcoLinux logout there as well. So we're diving into Python in GTK and making that application a little bit more broader, not just for ArcoLinux, but for ArcoLinux. And these 7 have been picked out to start with that. So ALCI is here, a Riser is here, EndeavourOS is here, and Garuda is here. So the package we're creating, 2 packages, should function there. So that's the video. Why am I showing all these strange images of Garuda and of EndeavourOS? The other ones you knew that I was doing on, and that those were the projects of ArcoLinux, but these are not the projects of ArcoLinux, right? But we are working on them, testing, is the tool working there? So that's explained in this video. We're not gonna watch the video. So how to install ArcoLinux packages on anything Arch based. We want to develop applications that we can take with us. So basically that's it. I take my briefcase with me and I'll have LeftWM on Garuda, or I will have BSPWM on EndeavourOS, or I will have i3 on ALCI. It doesn't really matter, because now it comes, it's all ArcoLinux. So the easier thing is you just want to do sudo pacman -s, right? So in the probably not so far future, you'll just be able to do that. Just sudo pacman -s on EndeavourOS Garuda. It just takes the time to put it on a repo somewhere. But first, let's make the package your worthwhile, right? It needs to be a finished product. But it will never be a finished product. I want to develop, right? I want to write, right? I always get what ifs. So yes, but it needs to work. It needs to be tested. And at this point in time, we are installing it with ArcoLinux Spices application. So we're getting in the repos of ArcoLinux, and then we can say sudo pacman -s ArcoLinux tweak tool git, or the dev version. Or you can do it with a Nemesis script or with a one-liner you copy paste in. Because all we need on any system out there, any ArcoLinux based system, all we need to tell the system, here are the keys, there are the mirrors, pacman.conf, go look. That's it. So once you get that done, it's just everything is within your reach. Our configuration of awesome, our setting of alacrity, our update and up all our aliases for bash, fish, zsh, they're all there, right? If you have this. So that's what we want to achieve. We want to move around and doesn't matter anymore with what ISO we start. We would just want to have our tools with us, our briefcase, our packages with us, and do our thing. So freedom, basically. So 2 films to have a look at concerning that. You see the titles. Possible workflow. Yes, we have 42 ways to install ArcoLinux. So in the University of ArcoLinux, if you go through the motions of learning and see what's possible with all these websites and tools and applications and scripts, we have 31 ISOs from the ArcoLinux project, 1 ISO from Carly, XFCE, but then again, ArcoLinux tweak tool, drop down, desktop, BSPWM, boom, it's installed. Life couldn't be any easier. A riser, 1 ISO, without Calamares. That's important to remember that this is without Calamares, and all the others are, well, most of them are with Calamares, except of course if you go the ArcoLinux way. So these are just tutorials how to catch ArcoLinux ISO on your system. Just start typing your commands, and this one is with scripts. So ArcoLinux tweak tool, that's what we've focused on lately, and we want to develop this application for anything Arch. Okay, cool. And the last thing that we've made is fish. We do like fish. It was in the code like for months there, but other things got priority and now it's there. So you can install fish, get our configuration in, and then maybe if you like, right, you can do some more, because there are scripts to install Oh My Fish, the theme, the plugins. That's up to you. So we test it everywhere. There's no need actually to say it's tested here and tested there, right? We test it on all of them, and primarily first on EndeavourOS and Garuda, because the other guys are more or less pure Arch. These other guys, right? Carly and ALCI and Ariser are mainly one big, well, technically, right, in the back end, same thing. So there will be no surprises there that it will work. So you have here some tips as well. True. Fixed keys. I've put an image in here. Not only is there fixed keys, but there's also something else. There is also, besides fixed keys, and it's actually intended for if we are on EndeavourOS, if we are on Garuda, right? Because we have a fixed key, and we have fixed key and fixed keys, and there are all these aliases that exist on our system. But when we move and we start with another ISO, we don't have our bash rc aliases, we don't have anything. But if you install the ArcoLinux tweak tool, you've got that again, right? So it's called fixed keys. That's one thing, and the other one we're missing is scal, and we've made a scal with double L. So if somewhere else, if we're not home, right, ArcoLinux, if we're not home, then there is scal double L, and there is the keys with a Z, making our lives easier. So scal and fixed keys, okay. We've had a name change, which has troubles always, right? Everything has been changed. All 28 desktops are referring to ArcoLinux tweak tool. But you know, when we update things, it's in the etc scal. It will not be used. So many users had to change the O into H. We've been communicating like that with not hundreds of channels, but all channels have been addressed, have been used to tell you, hey guys, now it's not pointing to ArcoLinux tool, but to ArcoLinux tool. So change the O into an H in BSPWM, in i3, or typescal, right? But the last thing they seem to have forgotten. ArcoLinux logout. This is how we communicated, right? Couldn't be any clearer. ArcoLinux, big O in red, and becomes an H, one letter difference. Improving ArcoLinux logout. This is a great tip, right? Help us improve our applications. The user says, if you change this little bit of code in Python there, then you can also use other stuff. We use now better log screen to log our screen with the ArcoLinux logout. But if you want to have, for example, slog, and slog is something from suckless.org, very minimal indeed, but it's also a logging system that you might like. So I made the change thanks to the user, to the person who posted it on GitHub. That's a good place to start, right? And give suggestions. What ifs can go on Discord as well. There is a suggestions channel, but now you can choose anything, right? There is a file that there's one file, one line, change that, and anything else. In this case, this example here in the video, slug will start. So that's a good thing. Oops, I seem to be able to, yep, I shall delete the second one. And we're trying it out, right? Try it out in ArcoLinux logout here on Garuda. So that's why you'll see me posting things. What is it doing, right? I'm on Garuda, right? It's Arch, right? And all I want is BSP or LeftWM or this one, logout. Does it work? We've made the welcome a little bit different because of users telling on Telegram, how do I install software, right? I said, okay, right. We're missing something here. So install software is a button that's extra. A button here for the YouTube has changed. There is element link. People don't know that we have another social media channel. And here is a link to the tweet tool. So things have changed a little bit here. And later on, this is after installation. This is prior to installation. Still the welcome app, where you say, okay guys, we've made some kind of a question online. Okay, do you want us to keep the advanced installation or not? Because of an issue, and there is no artificial intelligence in Calamares. It is a yes or no. Sometimes Pacman asks these questions, yes or no. We just say yes all the time, right? So that case, in that particular case in April, right, it had to be no. That's it. And everything fails because Pacman says what to do. So either you say, I stop with everything as advanced and voila, we'll have the default Ubuntu-like installation without any selections possible, or we keep the advanced installation and we agree with you that if the advanced installation fails because of some package between now and 2 months time, probably, because then there's a next ISO, right? If it fails, you use the easy installation. All right, that's the deal. Play around with advanced as much as you like. Will it fail? Fine, then it's probably a Pacman thing, right? But then you know what to do. You go back, install with easy installation. That's true. Some time ago, I contacted the guys at EndeavourOS and I said, can we work a little bit more together? As Garuda is same. And one of the things that I'd like to do or to have, right, is LeftWM. You know by now, since January, I've been on LeftWM. You can't get me away from it. So I wanted to have a LeftWM and I wanted to help the guys at EndeavourOS. Shall I make a theme? So this is the theme that I've created for them, and I hope it will eventually get in the community edition so everybody can enjoy it. All right. Here again, I think I'm not sure if it's the ArcoLinux tweak tool, but yes, you know, click, 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 it's installed. But we have a special theme, right? This is a theme for them. All right, EOS Space, that's the name we gave it. True. How to build your own ISO. Probably, most of the time, ask me questions, because probably I respond to a question. I would like to do. How about? What if? Right? These things results in videos. So if I wanted to have XFCE4 as a desktop and start learning small steps, right? I want to learn about tiling window managers. I'm gonna make a combo. I would like my own ISO with XFCE4, left WM, no Firefox, Vivaldi yes, no Sublime Text, Atom yes, etc. All these choices that we make on the ArcoLinux B website. The B stands for build your own ISO. Right? The B stands for build your own ISO. You can build all ISOs that we build. We share all the code, so you can build anything that you see here. Okay. So here I explained again, because there are many ArcoLinux B tutorials. We should actually go there. Right? There are many tutorials, and people get stuck sometimes in building. The build failed. What to do? Right? So there are many tutorials, utils listing. Go and have a look at the menu. There is so much knowledge already online. Another tool, another way to explain everything. And this is the result. Scale changed. It's now a long thing. So, oh my God, what's that, right? Alias to an application, well, to a script that says, and then you go read. Basically, we give you time to think and to read and say, will I press yes or no? Okay, I'll leave you to read that, and here's more information about Scale. Yeah, Base, we got in touch with the developer. So if you want to help Linux, right? Linux, not ArcoLinux, Linux. Take the time to report issues on the developers' websites. One of the things that we like is RAM. And RAM is actually, well, a word in Dutch, but it's this thing, right? Rate mirrors. Now, all the bits and pieces that you see up here choked up Pace. And Pace is a great tool, but it didn't show anything because of all these lines and lines and lines and lines. So if you see things that you say, oh, can I improve this or that, report it to the guys and let them know. Because basically, that's also an investment in time, and everybody benefits from it. Everybody will get now a Pace that's better. And this is Pace. So Pace is 3 tabs, basically. Repositories. You want to click on the repositories, delete the repositories, write eventually. And you have options. And that is interesting. Technically, it's interesting. Not that you should change anything. Mind you, stay off, right? But read. Okay, hook directory, okay. And you can keep, well, you Google, say, Pacman, hook, what's that? And then you learn more. And here's the mirror list. So all the mirror lists are available. And if you have issues, you can just click here. Not that one, not that one, not that one. Let's get it from Tech here, right? So a convenient way to actually edit important files, basically your Pacman files, the mirrors and the repositories. Options, please stay off, right? In the meantime, he's finished. I moved it to screen 2, so here is the back. It's always Osbeck that wins here, right? It always is Osbeck. So, since it's always Osbeck, we've got also something, right? We have this, Ctrl-Alt-E. Let's go to the tweak tool. We have here mirrors, no, not mirrors, fixes. And we have here set mainstream service for ArcoLinux. Bam. What happened? This is what I said. Osbeck. So Well, it's a server, right? It will go down and it will have slow downloads from time to time, but it's still one of the best servers around. And so Osbik, Rackspace, and Mirror. 5 lines, and I'll probably have enough. Okay, it's just a choice. It's there, it's available, and it's clicked. It's saved. Okay, asking permission, space we've done. Yeah, I wanted to put that in again, right? People keep on not finding stuff. Don't Google. Well, don't YouTube here. That's the whole world, and there are probably trillions of videos, right? Select first the channel and click here about Scalp, about the tweak tool, about Polypar, and it will be only from us. Is it a good way of working? It's freedom, right? I can't do anything if you do it like that, but here's a search. Here's a search. There's the ArcoLinux B, there's the ArcoLinux.com. Here we have all kinds of general information about kernels and all that, so general stuff. We recommend you check out the start here first. I must read, now what, host installation. But at some point you're starting to focus, and then you're focusing on conkeys or something else, right? And here are the topics that are asked the most. So the FAQ. And that's, well, that's the website, right? And the rest, yeah, where do you put your videos? You have to put them somewhere, otherwise your web space is filled up like in no time. So yeah, remember, that is the place to look things up. We remove some things from the ISO. That's the latest version that we have, and that's the latest Arch ISO version. So this is our graphical installer, and this is the package that is used to create the ISOs. Yeah, you probably guessed, and I'm not finished yet with the ArcoLinux tweak tool, right? I have so many ideas, and please, on the Discord channel, suggestion channel, got ideas, put it on there, and I can think about it. So what is new? That's this video. We're going to replace the old one, and how to stay rolling is another video we make every month, and that's interesting because it is information. Sometimes they throw questions at you. Replace this with that. Yes, no. And then you're stuck. This is how to stay rolling. And most importantly, get knowledge to stay rolling, right? Because once you know, you don't really need to know the videos anymore, because you're self-reliant, independent. How do you say that, right? Voila, we're at the end. So that's it. So you'll see me work a lot more and making a lot of videos about Garuda, EndeavourOS, and all the others. Playing around, switching around, not minding on what ISO system I am, what system is based on my hardware, but finding ways to make it equally pleasant or even more pleasant, right, than working on ArcoLinux. It has to be all ArcoLinux in the end. Whatever I start with, it has to be functional, it has to be beautiful, it has to be fast, it has to be stable, and that's it. You choose whatever ISO you work with, and then you make it your own with, for instance, let me stop with that one. Yeah, for instance, with scripts. I believe anybody should have one of these, but give it another name, put it on your own GitHub, sign up or sign in, put it online, and you write or rewrite whatever I made, right? Use all the time I've used. Voila. How long am I working already on this thing, right? Oh. Can we see that somewhere? Well, yeah. Anyway, for years I've been working on this, and it's okay. You just update this, compare what I change, and then decide to put it in your GitHub. That would be my way of doing things. So this will run number 0 and start looking at all the lines. You check out what's in here, and it's that smart that it's gonna go in here and say, oh look, it says, I'm on ALCI, I will do this. I'm on ArcoLinux, I will do that. I'm on ArcoLinux, I will do this. Arizer, that. Kali, this. EOS, that. Garuda, that. So in the end, if all these systems are next to each other, I have actually all the same. Basically, I know underneath the cover, underneath the hood, like in a car, right, it will be different. But as an user looking at the screen, it's going to be exactly the same thing. Icons, themes, you know it. It's the same BS, PWM everywhere, and so on. All right, enjoy ArcoLinux, enjoy the learning, and use whatever we've put already online. We like to help you, but we don't want to hold your hands, right? It is all about learning what's already online. Start with the things that we have already. Say, okay, let's study ArcoLinux D. You hear me talk about LeftWN, but don't ask a question before you've seen all these, right? If you've seen all these, then maybe your question is already answered. And that's the point. So there's really a big amount of articles, sometimes 27 here. So see what you get from that as an autodidact, just you and your machine and an article and a video. See how far you can get and then ask questions. All right, enjoy.